Hey guys, and welcome back to Threads, where it's supposed to apparently be the spring, but it's all windy and rainy and cold out, so it's fucking miserable. Even though it's supposed to be the middle of spring, but I guess that's part of spring, right? You get the nice days that are really warm and beautiful, and then you got the miserable cold days that are raining and shit. But you know, with the rain comes the flowers and the greener, I guess, so I guess you gotta appreciate the bad days as well as the good days. But welcome back to Threads, episode 31, if I'm not remembering incorrectly. But without further ado, let's just dive in. Today we're on X Paranormal. I might as well not mention it anymore since I don't remember even the last time we were on a separate board. But I digress. The name of this thread is called Abandoned House. Posted on the 7th of September 2015 at around 7:40 p.m. Thread number is 16662290. Those trips are appropriate for X. Hey X, I thought this might interest you. So today a friend and I went to this abandoned house farm type thing in the woods. Pretty cool spot, but there were a few kind of odd occurrences. There are a few phones in the place and all of them are cut off besides one that if you listen to it you can hear very faint crackly music. Keep in mind there's absolutely no power in this house. There is also a small attic type place in the house. Last night there was a bike up there with flattened tires. Today it is mysteriously disappeared, so that would mean someone or something would have had to have gone back to this house in the middle of the woods sometime between 8:30 to 9 p.m. and 4:30 when we went back today. Also, getting the bike out of there would have been a total hassle as well because you would have had to bring it downstairs, unlock the front doors, put it outside, crawl back into a small hole in the wall, lock the doors from the inside, and then crawl back out. Totally unreasonable for a broken bike. There are a few pictures scattered around and also a roll of VHS tapes. In a way, the atmosphere was kind of friendly and cozy because you could just see all the memories of whoever owned this house scattered around the place. I found an old film photo of a dog swimming in the lake. Now, unfortunately, I didn't take any pictures of this place for whatever reason. Yeah, for whatever reason, plot convenience, right? So this moment, I can't show you exactly what it looks like, but here's a shitty Google Maps overhead shot of the property. The large structure by the two ponds is the actual house we went in. The little one down from that is a chicken coop, and the first one down is what looked like a garage. TLDR, spook house with spook and spooky things happen inside. What do you guys make of all of this? It would be a promising lead off if you actually had photos, but I digress. Yeah, I don't have photos. It's a bit too convenient for my liking. Apparently this is the picture, which there's the two lakes, the actual property. I'm guessing the coop is that's the coop right there, I'm guessing. I wish you dropped the coordinates so we could actually look it up. Now, unfortunately, I didn't take any pictures of this place. Wow, how unpredictable. Hey, I can go back if you want. Well, why would you not do that in the first place and then start the thread? Like, yes, of course people are going to want you to go back, dude. Those places are the best. What you described reminded me of an old house that me and some guys my age went paintballing at when we were still in high school. When a new match started, sometimes you'd end up alone in the house and you could feel something was off. It was especially weird that it was out in the middle of a field by itself, so isolated. You just knew at nighttime it must have been the spookiest place to be. It felt very recently lived in, even though it was abandoned for years. Not far from that was a cabin that was genuinely haunted, and me and a friend walking around it heard things getting tossed around inside. When we looked inside, it was empty. You should try to record the faint music somehow if you can. Go in the hunting section at Walmart and get a game camera, motion activated camouflage camera that records picture or video anytime there's movement in the frame, and hide it somewhere in the house. You might be surprised what you see. You know, that's the first time I've ever seen anything like that suggested on a paranormal thread, which is fucking surprising because that's like when people are like, oh my god, something fucked up happened. It's like, dude, that'd be like the best way to do it because it doesn't record 24/7. This guy's actually fucking smart. Goddamn. So your replies to what you described, old house paintballing. I have a GoPro and a few other things I could record with. I could go back sometime soon with some friends when I get the chance. And in reply to the game camera, he says that's a pretty interesting idea. I might check that out, which yeah, that is a good idea. Though I don't think there's any way to get like the photos on a phone. Last time I checked game cameras, you have to have like an SD card installed them in this shit. Oh, Pete, can you come back with a little dirt on who lived there or lived around that area? I'm sure enough digging around the house or in local archives could find you some info about the previous owners. Just give like the maps coordinates, really. That's what I want personally, is like if you got the maps coordinates and you can find out where it is and everything. We tried searching up stuff on it earlier today and couldn't find anything apparently. We found something on a murder or a body was found somewhere in the area, but that's about it. We found that it probably probably used to be some part shop or something. There was a wall with a few pegs where products were on display, and there was an employees only sign with a large walk-in freezer that was open. Of course, this was just information we kind of came up with ourselves upon exploring the place. Okay guys, OP here. I'm back currently at the location. Gonna go around and get some pics. Here's a sign if this interests anyone. Oh shit, he went back and took, well, goddamn, he followed through and went the fuck back, dude. So what is this? Perry House, 238 Mount Skeel Road. That does interest me. I'm guessing that's the name or a street address. Mount Skeel Road. We're gonna look this up real quick on maps. So Mount Skeel Road. Those trees are kind of interesting. 238 Mount Skeel Road. 238 Mount Skeel Road turns up a place in St. John's, Newfoundland and Labrador, Canada? Which I didn't actually expect this to be in Canada, so that's interesting. So let's go into satellite real quick. We're like really far out there, dude. Goddamn, and like on like the tip end of like Canada, dude. It does interest me, but it actually seems like it's like weirdly property. I don't know where those lakes are or anything. It actually seems like there's some shit in the area. I got the name right, so that's kind of weird. 238. I don't know what it shows in Street View. It appears to be an entrance, but so it appears whatever was there originally got demolished, I'm guessing, like the house and everything. But I think this is like, if we go back to the original picture, at least this one, yeah, it's pretty clear that that was where it was at one point. Now it's all built up and shit. They demolished, I'm guessing, but clearly like that lake lines up and is the same lake in the picture. It just, whatever was originally there got demolished, and the area, I guess, got built up a little bit more than what it used to be. Kind of unfortunate, but I digress. So this says guys posting, I don't know, an article, I guess. So it says the fire station quickly discovered the home at 238 Mount Skeel Road was on fire, and they required the immediate assistance of backup stations. The call was quickly upgraded to a structure fire, and assisting crews from the Central and Kent Pond fire stations were on the scene within minutes. A total of 18 firefighters were there. SJRFD shift supervisor Derek Schaaf spoke to the media once the fire was under control. So the house caught fire at some point, apparently. Yeah, the fire is an interesting facet of the story. OP says he didn't see anything like a burned down structure. It only happened 2 years ago, so there should be some remains. I'm interested to see how this plays out. A lot of foliage has grown over the area where the house once was. Fires cause plants to grow back sturdier and thicker. It's something in the ash or smoke, apparently. It acts as good fertilizer or something. Also, judging by what they said in the news report and by the angle the video was shot at, I can conclude that I was standing directly on top of the ground where the house once stood, which, thinking about it, gives me chills for whatever reason. Then he posts another picture and says, "We won't be going back into the house today because there's only 2 of us. We're gonna head back on Friday. I'll get footage then too." Posting this picture of him and his buddy, I guess, heading down the street. And he says this is the chicken coop, posting this. I guess just a little red chicken coop. I'm guessing if there was, I don't even know, if there was a house fire, maybe the guy abandoned the property and then whoever bought it up replaced it with whatever they put in there. It seems like a business now. This is the house itself. Honestly, it's a really nice spot down here. It's quiet and relaxing. That's a kind of a shit house, but it's kind of a cool, that'd be creepy to live in that. I wouldn't want to live in that house at all. It's like a literal barn house. I don't know, that's kind of, I wouldn't want to live in that. I don't know why, but that house unsettles me quite a bit. This is a house itself. It's honestly a really nice spot down here. It's quiet, and this is a crawl space, how you get inside. You can open the front door from there that way. I like to bar it up again just to be respectful. Posting this, I guess that's how they get into the house. Pretty small spot to be able to squeeze in, I guess, but I don't know. So this guy Green Tech's taking the bike out of the house, and he said, or you know, they had a key, and he says there's no lock, dude. It's latched from the inside. OP responds and says it's barred up with a 2x4 across the door inside. You have to physically move it and then put it back into place. Trust me, it's a total hassle. View from the inside from the crawl space. Posting this, which kind of looks like a garage to me. Another shot of the front of the house. Posting this. It kind of looks abandoned, but I've seen people living in worse, to be honest. Then he posts the pond. I think it kind of looks nice. Posting this, which it's a nice little quaint pond, I guess. Kind of sunny and green for Canada, to be honest. I know Canada's pretty green, but I don't know, that's sunny and looking fresh as hell for Canada. I thought it was like cold and snowy all the fucking time up there. That's the phone that plays really quiet music. I'm tempted to go in and record the music for you guys, but I don't think it's very safe right now. I guess he's just snapping pictures from the outside, and he said that's the phone that was playing the music, which would be weird just to have a phone like that in your house because it just looks fucking strange, but I think he also said it's a business. Kind of weird that someone also fucking just hung a someone straight up hung a teddy bear and there's ice skates on the ceiling. I can't tell if it's supposed to be like a business or like a house. I don't know. Is that the fridge that he's talking about? The big ass fridge? So this guy posts a link and says, this article says that 238 Mount Skeel Road burned down in 2013. Is this like an auxiliary house? Did you notice a big burnt out structure anywhere? Couldn't find anything like that in sight. That's really strange, man. What the fuck? Here's the photo of the dog swimming on the table. Also, is anyone here right now? There's a light blue minivan parked at the top of the road that leads to the barn now. So he says, sorry, I forgot to pick, and posts this, which there's the dog right there swimming. He sure is swimming. So this guy posts TC Perry and then the full address and then a phone number listed on Google. I wonder if that number would make the OP's weird phone ring. So this guy says freaker here. The phone seems like it automatically answers and hang up if no activity is presented on OP's side. And this guy just says, I just tried it, no out of service recording, and there's a busy signal. Is somebody from the thread using it? Jesus Christ. If OP, if you can read this guy as soon as possible, you're in danger. He posts this. Hey Lamau, god damn it, dude. Just letting you guys know I'm alive and well. I didn't get murdered or kidnapped by van people. Although we did hear things down the road after the van showed. We snuck around to see if we could see anyone, but we didn't. No more photo updates for today. I have left, but I'll be back again soon. But I'll still be in this thread. I'll answer any questions or concerns you have. It's cool talking to you guys. This place looks like a hunting cabin. The fridge is probably for storing meat, and the power is probably only turned on a few times a year. The owners are using it, or maybe with a generator. Also, landline phones don't need electricity beyond to function. This place does not look abandoned, just not frequently used. Just because there's a hole in the wall does not mean you can enter. If a stranger walked into my house and started looking around because I left the window open, that is still a criminal offense. We're going to jail, OP. I mean, it's trespassing technically, yeah. It actually used to be some sort of shop. It's not a hunting cabinet. We wouldn't have a hunting cabinet so close to a power plant and other residences. There's absolutely no hunting or shooting permitted in the area or any other area for miles. There's a room for employees. I said this earlier. The place hasn't been touched by a resident in what obviously looks like years. Recently, a few things have been stolen and the window on the top floor has been damaged, so I'm going to play it safe and not take my chances going back anytime soon because I don't know what kind of people have been going down there. The van I saw today kind of gave me a weird vibe. I'll be checking in on this thread to see if it's still very active every now and then. So just leave anything for me here and I'll get back to you whenever, and post a YouTube link saying here's a link to my new YouTube channel. Subscribe if you want for future video updates. We'll see if he actually posted anything on there. He posted one video, exactly one video it looks like, so I'll watch it. It says the phone audio, so I'm guessing this is in relation to that phone. Which, yeah, it sounds like a radio playing in the background. That's kind of weird. Kind of cool, kind of weird. Alright, well, he actually recorded the phone audio, I guess, so that's cool. No visuals for it, though, which is weird. So it seems like things started to die down by this point because there's no more updates. That's about the 13th, it looks like. And, well, actually, now it looks like he gave an update right here. It says, hey, guys, just want to let you know I'm not abandoning all of you. I've just been pretty sick for the past few days, so I haven't really had the energy to go out and explore the house again, but I will sometime soon. Should be sometime this week. And then he disappears again, so that's fucking great, right? He posts one update and then disappears again on the thread. So that's pretty neat. And he checks back in the next day. OP just checking in again to let all you know I'm still not dead. Once I'm not dreadfully fucking ill, I'll be back on this and give you guys what you so long deserve because it's only fair. You'll get what you want. Just give me some time. I'll be back on my feet in a few days. So this guy posts, I'm from the same city as OP. This drew my interest as soon as I saw the address of the house he's exploring. That whole area seems desolate, but there's a city pretty much surrounding the entire area. Mount Skyle runs through a huge city park, even though most of it isn't developed and is mostly just farmland and abandoned homes. Pretty cool stuff nonetheless. However, OP, I up you one since you're going to be in the area. Police have been searching that area for quite some time for the body of a guy who was presumably murdered last summer. Maybe you can do them a favor and stumble across it. So he disappears again. That video was posted the 18th and we're currently on the 17th, it looks like. So on the 18th, finally, when the video was uploaded, he said, I recorded the payphone with my phone. You guys probably won't like it. It's not music anymore. Now it just sounds like someone's talking, kind of. People are just saying upload because, you know, that makes fucking sense, dude. And then this guy uploads it, not the OP. Interesting. That drive to the house is far too clear to be abandoned. My advice, be careful. Whoever lawfully owns the house and land can have you arrested for trespassing, breaking, entering, possibly vandalism, and maybe theft if you take anything. I say this from personal experience. Thought I found an abandoned house. Turns out it wasn't. The owner had power going to it still and had the place monitored by security feeds. Before I even got got out of there, I was met by a county sheriff asking why I was on the property, etc. My only saving grace was I didn't go inside, though I thought I was going to attempt it. I got a bad feeling, so I didn't go any further than the front porch and knocking on the door, which is a good thing I knocked. I played off the counter like I had bad directions to a Craigslist ad about a truck for sale. Completely bullshit that one. Sheriff said the house I was looking for was on down the road. Just my luck, someone actually did have a truck for sale, and the officer thought that was the one I was talking about. Got out of it with just a warning since I told them the place made me nervous about the sale since it looked abandoned. I told them I looked around to see if I could spot the truck to know if I was at the right house. So man, this thread hardcore died. I guess there's nothing more to it probably. So the last post on the thread was the 20th of December 2015 at 10 o'clock. Thread lasted for little under 2 weeks, about 13 days, but that was the end of the abandoned house thread. Honestly, won't lie, had a pretty promising start, but after that kind of fell off. OP fumbled to kind of even like build on anything that he had discovered or anything. It just kind of fell off really. It could have been more interesting if he went to the house or the chicken coop or something, but it just kind of died honestly. And honestly, I guess he maybe just ran out of content to do, and his unwillingness to seemingly return, even though he did return and record something off his phone, but he didn't actually post any photos of the inside of the house, is kind of weird. So everything, I don't know, is kind of strange, I won't lie, but it almost feels like there was a requisite thread to this, but there really wasn't as far as I understand, because it read like this was the sole thread of everything being posted here. So there weren't any additional photos posted or anything after the first batch, and then after the first batch of interesting information, the only thing really posted was that phone audio, and that was it. So I don't know, it was a good thread at first, but the OP just kind of fumbled it and dropped the ball in building it up anymore beyond what he actually had made. But overall, it was a decent thread at first, but then it kind of fell off. But that was episode 32 of Threads. Thank you very much for watching. And until next time, I'll see you. Stay chill.